My name's Lost Ninja. You are watching Lost Ninja Plays Eschatologists Exploration Experience, or more commonly known as E3. Because, come on, I mean, really, do you want to say that every time I start the episode? Oh, really? That is mad. This is episode 1. The previous episode wasn't an episode, I'll have you know. It was an introduction. It is a mod pack for Minecraft 1.11.2. We've gone up a version, a subversion, a minor version, or whatever, since the introduction. It's that much in development, you know. Now all I need is someone to actually come and do the development for me. We've got a new world. We have got a new world. It looks the same, similar the same, whatever. But this is actually a playthrough. This is not an introduction. Actually, I have brought myself out of creative, haven't I? Sort of. Right, let's take that out of there and put it back into recipe mode. There we go. As I say, it's in development, so sometimes when I'm in between segments, I will be hopping into creative to find out if something works the way I think it does. We're a bit laggy as well, although I've actually removed, hopefully, I think. Let's see, let's have a look at my server. It's not so much lag as chug. It's not caused. It's not the server that's going haywire. It's my client. But let us get sorted with a bed. Well, that's the thing is, you see. I mean, I could go over to that house and steal the bed from there, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna avoid that house because that house leads to a dungeon, and that dungeon will kill me, probably. I'm not going to do any dungeoning until I've got some decent armour and some decent weapons and stuff. The difference between this pack, the update was we've added more player models, so that I can look cool as well as being cool. We've added Armour Plus, which is the big one. It basically adds a whole load of weapons and armour and stuff, which is why we needed to reset the map, because it also adds world gen. What are you doing, cow? Mad cow! Stop running away! How can I kill you if you run away? Thank you. You're so kind. I don't want to go down that hole. Now that was a system time change lag thingamajig. So yeah, basically I'm going to do as much as I can to just find all the different things you can do in this pack. I'm going to come back there in a minute. I'm just going to go and make a sword or something, I think. We'll do the player model as well. So a normal model is edit. We do horns. These horns we do. Yeah, antenna. And we've only got the one. I think we'll go with red today. I feel like having a red skirt. Wings. There we go. I think we'll have sort of yellowy sort of wings. And when people look at me, they'll say, "Ooh, it's a fairy," and they'd be right. Right, well, sort of. Perhaps not in the conventional sense. Okay, so what we need to do then is make a pickaxe, amongst other things. Right, so we want a pickaxe so we can get some stone. And we're going to get some stone before I make a sword on. What? Have I got something wrong here? Because that looks suspiciously like the recipe doesn't work anymore. Wooden pickaxe. One of my mods seems to have disabled the wooden pickaxe. Which just make it little bit difficult to get a stone pickaxe. Oh, and you've got to do it with flint. Wunderbar. Right, let's go find some gravel. That was an unintended thing. I really need to be in somewhere because we've got the Darker Nights mod, or whatever it's called, in. So as soon as the sun goes down, it's going to get so dark I will not be able to see a thing. Oh, actually, don't know. Maybe haven't got that in after all. Should have it in, but oh, we won't go down there. Yes, we've got the Darker Nights in. So basically, I can't do anything at all until it gets light, which is nice. Oh look, it got light. I went for a swim, and when I came out of the water, it was daylight. How about that? I am astonished. Can you not hear it in my voice? The astonishment. Oh, Mr. OP, Mr. OP. You spoil me sometimes. Yeah. We got the Darker Nights. It's a great mod, and I love it, and I love the way that it makes the nights really dark. But it also makes starting off, unless you're starting in a world that's got lots of people in it, really difficult. I think probably in a single player it wouldn't be too hard, because obviously in a single player you can get started a lot quicker, and the server isn't running when you're not online and things like that. Oh, I couldn't remember what I was doing. I need to go find some gravel to get flint. I don't know which mod changes that. It's not something I intended to be changed. It's probably something that I will revert. Gravel up there, looks like gravel up there, yeah. Probably only those two pieces I can see, but we'll see. Get up there. Oh, cool. Lots of gravel. It should. Oh, we've got 8 anyway, so we shouldn't need it. It should actually work with. Well, strangely enough, actually, when it comes down to it, it is a change that, had I thought about it, and had I known that we had a mod in that allowed that change, it would be a change I would make myself, because I think making pickaxes and stuff out of wood is really stupid. I'm still getting lag placing things into the crafting bench. I think it's probably because it's putting them. So if we turn it off there, it'll probably go away. The other thing we're getting something that hasn't happened that should have happened, is we shouldn't have the quark beds. We should have the normal beds. I'm not certain why that's not changed. I don't like the quark beds. I want just the standard bed. I don't think that you need beds like that. Or perhaps better put, I would prefer it if it was done in such a way that you could colour the default beds rather than adding completely new beds. It'll be a while before I can get myself a gold bar, I would think, unless I can find a village or something, but I really want the backpack as soon as possible. I'm guessing that all of the cows are up here. It is a bit laggy, I'm not certain why. It's not server lag, it's client lag. I'm not certain why my client is lagging in this particular instance. So, how many cows have I killed? I must have killed 5 or 6 cows, but I've only just got the achievement for cow tipper. How does that work? How does that work? Well, the other answer about getting a pick that works without having to use if I can't work out which mod does it, would be to use the starting inventory to give me right, I've leveled my sword up, look. That doesn't work. Don't seem to do it the way I thought. Probably need to check my oh, loads of cows over there. I can't see any cows. I've gone blind. Oh no. I've actually got 7 leather now, which is I don't need any more. I'll kill this cow if I. There we go. Right, let's go and want to find some bear rock, but that will do nicely. Need 8 of these. Nope. There we go. First things first, let's get some food in us. Oh, warm up. It's too cold out here. Not cold, too wet. Ooh, I like that. Currently harvestable, effective tool, pickable, pickaxe even, Minecraft. Yeah, so I've changed out, I got rid of the one probe. I think the one probe is probably a really good mod, but I think it probably works better when you're actually making sure that you can't see things that you perhaps would be a good idea to be able to see. Right, choose. Oh, I can choose a class. I don't know how I do that. Let's press K. Well, I thought there was the options. Let's look at controls. You see, some of these have been bound back to where they shouldn't be. If you didn't know, pressing the escape key when you have one of those things sets it to none. If you did know, you haven't learnt anything new today, which is sad. Create waypoint, got all those. Multiplayer, no. Enchantments. Choke boundary, blah blah blah. One modifier. Person, everything. Oh, movement scan. Didn't change that, which is good. I won't be able to do that. Wearable backpacks. Gender mod is G, which is fine. JI. That's interesting. Doesn't seem to show either of the level keys that you need, which is makes it a bit difficult. Basically, I have 2 mods that I can't access because the keys that you've got to access them don't exist, seemingly. Oh, looks sad. Fast leaf decay has caused cascading world gen lag. Not good. Well, I got rid of a mod because it was causing that pretty much every time I moved. It's caused by a mod adding something that creates. So basically, if you're in one chunk, yeah. So if you create something in this chunk, but it's too close to the edge, and it hangs over into the next chunk, it then creates something in this chunk. But if you are updating this chunk, because you've added something to this chunk, it then might cascade it into this one. So it basically causes lag, and there's some comment that it's a particular inherent disability with Minecraft, which is why it's suddenly become prevalent after 1.11.2 or 1.11. And there's some talk that it's not a particular issue with Minecraft. It's actually a mod thing, and there doesn't seem to be any consensus as to which is the case. And I can't pretend to know one way or the other because I'm not a coder. And to be honest, the thing I was reading, the people were saying, and nobody really knows, and you know, modders don't really understand how this works, and this is how it works. And I read the thing, and I'm sort of, well, I'm not a modder, but I've just read 2 pages of this stuff, and I don't know how it works. So how a modder can, I don't know. But I've got a pretty red skirt, so that's all right. And it stopped raining. I've said it before, I will say it again, I do not like the rain in this game. Oh, we're in tundra, that's why it's a bit manky. I only thought if it was tundra though, it would snow. I mean, obviously it doesn't have to snow because it's tundra, but it would be nice, in a way, if it was some sort of connection to the actual season. I'm not really... I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to find... I think... Was it... Did I find it up here? I'm trying to remember if the ruin I saw on the side of a hill was when I was doing the introduction, or whether it was when I was actually... I started playing this. Basically, the plan is to get into embers, and you need an item that drops off the ember golem for the yeah, it's there. It was this not the well, at the moment I don't have a great deal of ability to generate power. I have quite a lot of ability to generate well, not generate. I've got ability to, you know, change various things in various ways. So I can pulverize stuff, and I can ore double. I've got Tinker's Construct. I've got Furnace. So I've got lots of ways around some of the stuff, but quite a lot of the mods now require, or quite a lot of the mods do require some form of power. And the golem that I've got to kill is there. I've got basically the deal is you've got to kill him, and you've got to do the final blow with a pickaxe. It's really laggy, isn't it? Oh, where is he? And he's got an ranged attack as well, just to make it even more funky. Don't want that. Ha! Poor golem. Now, I did this in my the previous playthrough to this, which was essentially the version 1 of this mod pack. And whilst he did drop a different item, he didn't drop the item when it required, so I'm not certain if I'm just doing it wrong or something. Quite like the look of these little structures. But the tool I have is not very good. Now, there should be a recipe for making flint, which is good. I get the feeling I'm going to go through quite a lot of it. Or maybe not. I don't know. Well, it was this ancient motive core. Now, what I understood was if you can look at other items with it or something, but that does not seem to do anything. So I'm not certain if I'm just not doing it in the correct manner or something, or whether since I read that, the mod's changed. Oh, not since I read it, but since it was written, the mod has changed, I suppose would be a better way of putting it. But to be honest, that was the first time I've actually killed that mob, and I can know for certain that I actually did do the final blow with a pickaxe. And the other thing is, of course, it could be that you need a specific sort of it. It needs to be, you know, an iron pickaxe or something. I don't know. And the other thing is, that's the first time I've seen that structure spawn above ground. It's always been at the bottom of the sea or deep underground or something. Right. I suppose, I should just bite the bullet and make a house somewhere. But I'm not going to. I'm too posh for that sort of thing. Right, this here is a series, by the looks of it. At least I think there's 2 of them there, of the dungeons that you get for pets. And the reason I'm being a bit cautious about it is there is often a load of spiders in here, cave spiders particularly. One of the sand blocks that's, can't work out where it is, one of these blocks down here is actually a disguised cave spider spawner. Which is nice. Oh, that's a thought. Did I actually turn? Yeah, no, I've seen the mobs. So it's. I was just suddenly thinking. Hang on, maybe I haven't actually turned peaceful mode off, because it was on peaceful mode when I was doing the introduction. And I have. The reason. Oh. I say I thought I'd seen 2 of them in here. I think that was one, and that was one, so I think there should be another chest down there somewhere. Unless it's spawned on top of each other, so that the second chest isn't there. I don't know. I haven't got many sand, because all the sand's at the bottom. We'll get that sand. Oh yeah, second chest's in here, look. So you get a diamond quite early on, so that's quite useful. If I could pick it up. I can't pick it up because I've got no bag space left. And I'm about to drown. Because sadly I haven't picked up the squid yet. Anyway, so I want to keep that, obviously. I want to keep that. We can live without we'll take the sticks. And the pet, obviously. Iron nuggets are useful, and the rest of it can stay there. Right, so we've achieved everything we set out to do in that particular place. Well, I really, as I mentioned in the intro, I really like that mod, but they're a bit too common. I mean, just going along this landscape, this beach here, they will be too frequent. There's another one. And yes, you could say, well, you don't need to. In fact, I think there's 2 there again. You don't need to pick them up. It's true, I don't. But they're really useful, these pets. And more to the point, I mean, things like the sponges, they're really useful as well. So yeah, I don't need to pick him up, but I'm going to. Yeah, you can basically, if you're not certain if you found one or not, if you find a block of sand that when you mouse over it you get no information about it, that's when you know you found it. See, that's sand. I get the feeling that we've probably got a dead chest in this one, because all this stuff's on the floor. Right, we can get rid of that bucket. That's a pet. That's a cheetah. It likes raw meat. I've got plenty of raw meat, so that's alright. Gets to the point where he's finding stuff to put down. I don't want any of that stuff. Oh, I want the lapis if I can have it. Can I have the lapis, please? Apparently not. Oh, there we go. That lapis is... see, that's another diamond already. I want that diamond as well. What else can we put down? Anything else we can put down? I suppose we put some of the raw meat down. In fact, we'll put all of that. This is why I wanted a wearable backpack. I can get a wearable backpack, don't get me wrong here, but I need a block of ore. No, I don't need a block of ore, I need a block of gold. No, not even a block of gold. I need a... Oh, I can't remember what they're called, to be honest. We will get that pet out. Oh, I'll cuddle it while I sleep. To be honest, I don't know what pet do we get on that. Haste, super speed boost with right click. Wow. Now you can see why I love these pets. That is awesome. I'm guessing it's a potion. Yeah, it's that one. Speed. Oh, that is so cool. Well, there's a load of them. The chicken one, I think, it also gives you speed, but it's an always-on speed. So yeah, that's awesome that way. But because that one, you click it and you can run like mad. That's a really good pet. Really do need to find somewhere to sit down and rest. West. I want to west my weary head. No, I want to rest my reary. No. Look at me. I'm so happy. I am not depressed at all. That would be a lie. You don't actually have to hold them. I'm holding that because I have no reason not to hold it. But basically, you as long as it's in your hotbar, you gain the benefit of having it, of having the pet. Which of course means you can only have 9 pets active at a time, or you can carry as many as you want, really. There's an ass up there. Oh, what a sexy ass it is. And some of the pets are more useful than others. That one's probably not as useful as it may sound, because of the fact that... How do you get donkeys? You can't ride them. I just do I have clicking it while it makes horrible noises at me? I don't know how to tame donkeys. I know how to do horses. You ride them until they love you, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But the asses of the world don't seem to want to love me. Oh heck! What should we do? Should we make a bet? Should we make somewhere to live, or at least temporarily live? Sounds like a good plan. Right, so what we want to do then is find a chunk with that one there will do nicely. We'll put the bed down first, that gives us a bit of space to work with, and the crafting bench. Oh, that's not a good chunk. It has a hole in it. That's not my chunk. Its surface is too green. Oh, go on, we'll have it there. I always have my base in a single chunk. It's the way I like to do things. We do need, however, we need to move that. We're going to put some chests down there, so we'll go and get some greenery. Oh, there's another cow. Don't come near me, cow. I eat your kind. You know these cows in Minecraft.
the pattern they've got given on the default pattern, if you've got using the standard package, it's wrong. Well, I was looking at it and I was thinking about it, and cows with that pattern are never that small unless they're calves, obviously. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. So if you actually want to look at a cow of that size in relation to the Steve shape, you'd be looking at a cow like a Dexter, and even then they'd be wider than that. Let's just do that, I think, and then we can put some stuff away. There we go. Right, greenery in the bottom one, and mob drops, and pets. Oh, and sponges. And pets, yeah. And everything else in the top one. That's not... Pardon me. Right. So we want to get those sticks out again, don't we? And we'll get some of those out. And then we want to make some shovels, I think. Well, we'll start off with 2 and see how we get on. Okay, so we've got our chunk. Now we need to terraform our chunk. That seems zoomed in to you. Seems awfully zoomed in to me. I think this... I haven't got anything that shows me the frames. I can get something though. Let's just see if we can get the minimap here to show my FPS. We'll change it as well while we're at it. Close. There we go. Well, that's the thing, you see. I mean, I'm watching my FPS now, and my FPS isn't changing much. Although, to be fair, it probably should be better looking at the ground like that. It's not like there's a lot of stuff changing there. Yet, every time I break a block, I get like a lag spike. Now, on my other monitor, which you can't see, for obvious reasons. What do you mean you're sitting behind me? No, you're not. I have the server console, and even though I'm getting this lag, which would imply that something is slowing me down, the server isn't lagging either. Or it might be, it's not actually. It's not giving me any messages to state that fact. So I don't know what the issue is. It's annoying me though, because I was using it was a pack called the New Frontier, which not this pack, but the pack that I've based this pack on was loosely based on the New Frontier. So this is based on the Lost Pack, and the Lost Pack is based on the New Frontier. That's what I'm trying to say. The Lost Pack I thought was such an original name that I had to get rid of it. So it's sort of annoying that I'm getting this lag here, because I didn't have the lag in either the Lost Pack or the other one. So it must be something that's in those packs but isn't in these packs. I suspect it's something like foam fix, which I don't have. Because it's not a curse mod, you've got to get it from somewhere else. I think between this episode and the next, which will be in about half an hour or so, I will get that. At least assuming that is the thing that will help. Which one would hope will help. Now, what the heck's that? Limestone from Chisel. I thought I'd disabled that. I mean, clearly I haven't, because if I had disabled it, it wouldn't be there, would it? So, but it's a little bit annoying that it is there, because I thought I had disabled it. Right. too far over, that's alright. I'm right where I want to be. Well, I always tend to dig these out like this. Generally speaking, always speaking, which is like always ultra, but less absorbent. Sorry. I just realised you can hear me scratching my head. That's quite shocking. You can hear the hollowness of my skull. Yeah. So when I'm building my home sweet home, which is what I always call my house, I always call it my home sweet home. Normally abbreviated to HSH, but yeah. I dig it out at 15 by 15. Because then, if you are playing on a multiplayer server, you know, you're in a position where you actually want to reduce the amount of not so much power, but the amount of resources your base requires. If you're going to chunk load it, keeping it all inside a single chunk is much preferable to spreading it out over a large area. So yeah, when I'm building this sort of thing, I always pretty much put it in a 15 by 15 nowadays. What I used to do would be build a, I can't remember the exact dimensions. It would have been something like 9 by 11, and then I would put, I'll draw it. Yeah, I've got pen and paper here so you can see it. So I'd lay them out so that the it must have been longer than that. It might have been 9 by 15. So that the short end of one linked up to the sort of like an L shape, and then I'd have in the middle. It does actually look quite squash sticky, which is not intentional. Let's see if I can make this. Oh heck, it's got dark. Let's let's see if I can get out of this hole without. I can't see my bed. This isn't good. Oh, and I've unbound that. I'm really not doing very well here. Oh, blow. It's daytime again. Oh, wow. How about that? Right. Tell you what I do need to do though. Set that as my spawn point. We've got an invisible zombie here. Because that's what it sounded like. Anyway, yes, I was going to show you my picture. My amazing picture. I'm not going to hold the whole. I'm not going to hold the whole pad up. What I wanted to do was do that so I can grab the right, my whole picture. Right, can you see that? That one there. That's what my bases used to look like. I'd probably be better off putting getting a window for Pinch Up Pro or something. I'm trying to draw things. So yeah. Oh, raining. I don't like the rain. It makes me wet. I mean, it makes me wetter than normal. Because I'm not a very brave sort of person, as you may have noticed. I don't like the dark. I don't like the fact that I've got an invisible zombie in my base. I suppose it might be an idea to make that out of diamond, but well, we can repair things. We've got a repair thing from Actual Editions. Actually, that's a thought. Actual Editions has generators in it, isn't it? I have a feeling that's the generators you get from what are they called? That oily stuff from Yellow Flowers, oilseed rape. I can't what the stuff let's look up actually. I tell you what, let's look at just search generator. So we can see then what mods add generators. We've got the coal generator and the oil generator from Actually Additions. We've got simple generators. We've got lots of those because we've got different versions of it. We've got extra utils, but that's not power that I can use. We've got the peat, biogas, and clockwork from forestry. That's the other thing I want to look up. What he got? What sort of farming? Oh, of course, we've got the multi-block farm things from forestry. I had forgotten all about those. And Actual Additions have one as well. I might look at that one first. One place in the world, plant and harvest different types of crops and other. Farming sugarcane, sand and water need to be laid out for it to be planted, harvested in the same way as cactus. Melons and pumpkins, checking all of their spaces left in between the seeds for them to grow, yeah. Cactus higher than 2 blocks will have the top broken off and placed inside the farmer. Nether wart, soul sand needs to be laid out for it to be planted. Farmer is a block that can, once placed in the world, plant and harvest different types of crops and other plants which can all be seen on the following pages. The left side of the GUI is reserved for seeds and the other things that should be planted, while the right side will contain the harvested goods. It will farm in a 9x9 area in front of it. It uses very amounts of CF per operation. I don't know what CF stands for. I think it's crystal force or something. Blocks that generate CF. Solar panel heat collector, canola, that's the stuff, the oil I was thinking about. Leaf eating generator, wow. Leaf generator can generate CF just by being placed alongside some leaves. It will destroy the leaves, generating 300 CF per leaf, broken in the process. By right-clicking the generator, you can see how much CF it has stored. It has a range of 7 blocks. Now, if you could combine that with the farmer, so the farmer picks up the it's chucking it down. Get rid of those. Don't need to see those now. Right, yeah, so if you combine it with the farmer, so you have the farmer what? That's it? 2 little bits of coal? That sucks. That's not good at all, is it? No, there's a tunnel complex underneath my base somewhere, which is why I'm hearing zombie noises. But we better get on, or we'll be here all night. Again. And you know what they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't know what that's got to do with this particular playthrough or anything, but it's true. But aside from this, so I've got this series going. The Invasion series, which I'm hoping nobody really wants to watch any longer, it is over. Pretty much. I was playing Dark Osto's Invasion Modpack, and it's a really good modpack, and I really enjoyed playing it, but I'd got to the point where I was bored of it. I didn't want to play anymore. So yeah, that's over. I think, though, this is going to be my only Minecraft series, unless I can come up with something that's multiplayer sort of thing. I don't have a problem with playing with other people, except the fact that I don't have any other people to play with. I haven't found any iron yet, have I? Woe is me, no iron. I think let's just have a right. Can I? How do I do it? This. Don't know what they do. Player gender on, player age on, off. Player sounds on. Default player is female, default is adult. Zombie gender on. Zombie model Cynthia. Username chat effect off. Right, so how do we actually... I'm assuming that's things like, you know, so if when I fall down the hole again next time, I'm going to go and do it now. I'll go ee rather than oh. I don't know. Ooh, I didn't. So I'm obviously clearly missing something here. There doesn't seem to be any options. Ah. What does that mean? Oh, male, I see. No, I don't see. Right, let's get rid of that then. Minus, I assume, yeah. Nope. Help and info, here we go. Does it tell me how it actually works? No! Not much help then, is it, really? Core mod initiated and fully patched, yes. Username lost ninja. Forge, stuff like that. Alright, so that's not actually doing what I thought it would. Those buttons... Oh, maybe if we exit out and go back in. It's getting dark, isn't it? Gotta wait till 6:30ish. There's no right click on it. Well, hang on. Set defaults. No. I see, that puts it back to defaults. Oh, that's going to be age to and from child. That's, I don't know about. That one doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, let's do add. Okay, that might work. I can stop the rain and the mob spawning in one fell swoop. I've still got a pet cow. Excellent. I love cows. Cows are cool. Did I dig that hole? Don't remember doing that. I don't remember digging that bit either. It's very strange. Someone is digging holes under my... Oh! Copper isn't stone harvestable. Didn't know that. Probably should have been looking at my Walia thing. Let's throw myself down a hole and see if I make a grunt or a groan or what. There we go, that's much better. Lost Ninja, who is my avatar, is female, and Lost Ninja has always been female. Her proper name is Hillary Campion, and she, at one point, she was a super heroine in Paragon City. And she was a dark regen scrapper, but she's also been a number of other things, including a night elf rogue, a worgen. She's been, I can't remember what she was in Guild Wars 2. But yeah, she's been a number of things, but Lost Ninja is always female. There's no, unless I absolutely cannot do anything else. Like, I mean, there's a couple of games where you have no choice about having a male avatar, like Minecraft, which sucks really. Where possible, I will admit that I will admit that where possible, my avatars in any game I play are always female. But that's just me. I will not apologise for being who I am. Spent the last 40 years of my life apologising for being who I am, and I'm not going to continue doing it while I'm doing something like this, because be fair, who I am is not really important. And whilst I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and anyone who wants can watch it, if they don't like who I am, and they don't like how I represent myself, in game or out, they don't need to watch it. Not like people are going to force you to watch me playing Minecraft, or Scrap Mechanic, or any of the other games I enjoy playing. I really need some ladder or something, don't I? But that'll do. Alright. Alright, can't get out there. So yeah, well, to quote a film that I watched millions of times, to paraphrase a film I watched millions of times, well, Jan, you see, he's straight. I'm complicated. Who Jan is, I don't know. Character in the film, I suppose. And the film was, of course, Bring It On, which starred a number of pretty young females. Well, they were pretty young, but they were pretty as well. And when I was working in Leeds, which is a city in northern England, for any of you who don't know England or Britain, the place I worked was called Computer Exchange, and put it this way, the business had the name of the business was Computer Exchange, but they styled themselves as CEX, you know, like that. Oh, you can't see it because it's behind my picture. There we go. Before it fades, there we go. Yeah, so that was the company, and eventually they sacked me because I was an idiot. I wouldn't say I'm heartbroken about it. It's too long ago now, but yeah. I wouldn't say it destroyed my life either, because it didn't, but getting sacked from there was the worst thing that's ever happened to me, I think. Yeah, so they had a company manual, they might still do, and at the back of it there was a page to you know, if there were going to be any changes in this company manual, they wanted to, so you could email it in, and it was the contact details of who maintained the document. Well, put it this way, let's turn off the face cam again just briefly. Oh, wrong thing, I can't type into that one. So yeah, to which my answer is yes, please. Yeah. Anyway, so I used to work there, and the manager at the time, the part of the shop I worked in, was a guy I wouldn't say I was in love with. I had a great deal of respect for, and I liked him a lot. And sadly, when I got sacked, he refused to have anything to do with me ever again, sort of thing, which is sad. Not terribly unusual in retail businesses. If you get sacked for the sort of thing I was sacked for, you often lose contact with people who you were friendly with, because people don't want to know people in that sort of. I suppose it's the sort of thing. If you're a teacher and you get sacked for playing around with the pupils, the other teachers aren't going to want to have anything to do with you because you played around with the pupil. It wasn't anything like that, to be fair. But yeah, it was that sort of bridges burnt and stuff. Anyway, this guy who I was talking about, he had a thing for Kirsten Dunst, who was the lead, or one of the lead characters in this film, which is Bring It On. This is the original Bring It On, not one of the more recent pretenders to the thing. And so we had, because of the sort of shop that Computer Exchange was, we had monitors and video projectors and TVs and stuff, and we had that film playing for the better part of 3 years, all day, every day, except when this guy, who will remain nameless, was on holiday, and even then I think we had it on sometimes. So I don't know that our shop actually had any claims to fame, well, apart from the fact they employed me. But if there is one for it, that would be it. But the fact that I was employed there is a minor detail. The fact that they played that film so many freaking times. I think they wore the DVD out in the end. That is definitely claim to fame, in my opinion. So yeah, and that the line about Jam being straight and me being complicated is from that film, which is, well, it's one of those things, isn't it? Really. How are we doing for storage? I think we want to make some storage drawers now, so we can pop all these things away. We need to put some foundations in. The problem I've got is I haven't got enough resources for the foundations. I haven't found any. Even oh, there was a bit down here. There's a bit there. Pardon me for marble. So I need to do that, and I also need to go and get some trees. Cut some trees down, even, or plant some trees and cut trees down, and probably duff up the skeleton that's hiding under my house. Right. So we need. Oh, did we have some? We should have some. Oh no, we placed all the chests, didn't we? So let's make 4 storage drawers. This balanced grid thing is from Crafting Tweaks, I believe, and I happen to quite like that Crafting Tweaks. I think it's quite a good mod. No, I want that in there, please. That can go in there as well. I've got some food on me. I think I'm going to have to put some fencing down and take this cow as a pet. Because I like cows. My favourite farmyard animal. Which isn't bad, as I live on a farm, and we have cows. Oh, wrong one. No, and I mean that completely seriously. I live on a farm. If I say I'm off farming, I don't mean I'm off killing assorted animals for their skins. I mean I'm actually farming. Mostly against my will, because I'm not a farmer. I used to work in IT, and then I got ill, and now I live on a farm. It's sort of... and no, quite seriously, you will never see me in a skirt. Not in real life, anyway. That's the advantage about having it in a game. I look good in a skirt in a game. Well, I don't look bad in a skirt in a game. But yeah, in real life, no. Sadly, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did, but. I'm going to do very little off camera. Is my plan in this one. The problem I have is if I start doing things off camera, I get either I forget to start recording again, or I get carried away with it. I end up in a situation where I've done, huge amounts off camera. So I don't have anything to do on camera particularly. So yeah, and obviously I'm doing long episodes. I'm not doing short episodes. Which I think the thing is, if the episode was only like half an hour long, and in fact all the episodes were only half an hour long, there might be something. Ooh, bugger. That's the problem with doing it in third person like that. If the episode was shorter, yeah, there would be some something to say for doing it like that, but there isn't, I don't think. Right. Oh, I could get 3 diamonds. I could make a diamond axe. Not going to, but I could do. What pets did I have? I have a sheep, which will give me... if I supply it with wheat, it will give me wool, which is alright. That one doesn't give you anything, and that one doesn't give you anything. It's a suitably brilliant pet, but you don't actually get anything from it. I've got 16, so that's not going to be enough for anything there. What I can use the archaic brick for. Ooh, an ancient codex. That might be what I need to make. So let's get. We've still got that in there. We've still got the thing that I've just been using is upside down, basically. It used to be if you scrolled your wheel down, it would move things from one inventory down into your inventory, and if you scrolled up, it would do it in reverse. And for some reason, in this mod pack, that is not the case. And to be fair, that was in the previous mod pack as well. It's not unique to this mod pack. Let's get a whole lot of that out. I've only got 9 left. Not a good start, is it, really? So, 3's better than none, I suppose. Ow! Suppose I could start making stone tools with stone, which would probably be fairly... No, that way lies madness. Yeah, so I'll look at that codex in a moment. I'm just going to plant some more trees. So that... Falling down things, don't I? Story of my life, falling down. Oh no, that was a good film. That it was Michael Douglas and Falling Down, and he went sort of like berserk in Los Angeles. Oh, I loved that film. One of the few films I've actually been to see at the cinema. I'm not a big fan of the cinema, but I loved that film. Right. Ooh! Wow, that is so cool. Oh, that's gone all jiggly. Natural energy, machinations of fire, metallurgic. Metallurgic, does that mean they're allergic to metals? Constructs. Transmutation. Oh, that sounds fun. Wow. Assorted syntheses. Experimentation. The thing is, yeah, Embers was a throwaway mod in a mod pack I got a while back. It was just one of the mods in it that I didn't think, oh wow, this looks great. Ooh. I wondered if there's something under that button there. Doesn't seem to be. Right, so let's start at the... Is augmented system. Is there a getting started? No. Melter. I'm assuming it's like a furnace. Using the power of activated ember, you have devised a way to melt down objects. When the melter's bottom block is provided with ember, it will melt down meltable items in its top block into their liquid state, where the molten fluid can be piped out for external use. Wow, that sounds cool, doesn't it? Ember transfer. The actual manipulation of the ember you receive from your activator or other refineries involves 2 main blocks: ember emitters and ember receptors. Simply place an emitter on an ember container, place a receptor down on another ember container, shift right click the receptor with your tinker hammer, and right click the emitter with the hammer. Power the emitter with redstone and ember bursts should begin to flow. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I mean, alright, yeah, I haven't started using it yet, so it's possible it's not actually that cool at all, but... guessing natural enemy. There. Ancient constructs. Rarely in the world, strange constructs resembling humanoids have been known to be found. These enigmatic golems will emit rays of pure heat and possess unnatural strength, yet seem to require no fuel or sustenance. How such automaton could come to be is beyond you, but perhaps the unknown materials and mechanisms within it may prove useful. So, really, it's a case of where did we start? Crystallized ember. Oh, they were coming from there, so maybe that's the first one. Deep in the vaults of the solid earth, a novice digger may find many useful minerals, namely copper, lead, silver, and quartz. Copper has many applications as a conductor. Lead is as a dull and malleable metal, and silver as a channeler for the arcane. Quartz as well proves a good source of raw crystalline matter. Tinker hammer. With a dense head of lead and iron, the tinker hammer proves a wieldy tool. It can be used to pound 4 ingots of metal into a plate, and you can imagine it being useful for getting certain machines to cooperate. I like that idea. Right. I don't want to spend my entire time reading that. I'm sort of tempted, because I need an iron pick to get the copper that's down there up. I'm sort of tempted to make an iron pick. It's probably not a good idea, is it? I'll tell you what I am going to do. There is a hole over here which is full of... No, not there. I found it when I was first got here. I found a hole that led down to underground somewhere. I can't see it now. Oh dear, I've lost the hole. I'm lost. Is that it there? Nope. Got to be careful because we've got the that mod that changes the darkness levels that I can never remember the name of. You've got to be careful about going into holes, because if you're not careful, you end up in holes that are so dark you literally cannot see a thing. The tree was bashing me in the head. Oh, the trees around here are vicious. Oh, where's that hole? Can make omelettes anyway. Aha! We have found the hole. Probably should have brought torches, shouldn't I? Ho hum. Back to the drawing board. Right. Well, oh, we've gone well past an hour. I'm going to end the episode there, and probably start the next episode straight away, because then I've got something to upload tomorrow or later on tonight. So that is the end of episode 1. I will return with episode 2 very shortly. And between this episode and the next one, I'm going to find out how to choose my class, because I can't work that out at all. There doesn't seem to be anything to click or use. And I can also, there should be a way of getting these things to show up with I think it might be just my keyboard doesn't work. No, my keyboard works. There should be a way of upgrading my weaponry using another RPG-like mechanic. So, until episode 2, that's me saying goodbye. Cheerio.